So, Sunny Hostin shares devastating news about her experience with ABC. Hi, welcome to JOA. If you're new to my channel, please click subscribe and click the bell button so you'll be the first to know when I upload. I'd really appreciate it if you guys hit me up on my Twitter page. Come on now. None of y'all been doing it. Hit me up, hit that follow button, tweet me, let me know how you doing. And let's interact on Twitter. Let's interact on another platform that's convenient with you and I, because of what YouTube, I have all of these people that's commenting, and some people comment just to comment, to hate, to say stuff. And other people actually want to, appreciate a YouTuber's channel and try to, support and become a fan and so on and so forth. So, I mean, with this whole situation with Sunny Hostin, I was not surprised at all. I mean, ABC got skeletons in their closet. I mean, they have a high turnover rate when it comes to co-hosts on The View. According to sources, ever since Barbara Walters left, there has been a high turnover of hosts. Now, ever since they hired Meghan McCain, it's been really stagnant because the ratings are really good. And so I wasn't really surprised. And I also wasn't surprised because, ABC is allegedly known to cover up the Epstein story, allegedly, which, no matter how you feel about the Trump family, John Jr. even put Sunny Hostin on blast about that on Twitter when they went at it after the interview, when Don Jr. and Kimberly Guilfoyle went on the show. So there's a journalist on Twitter, and he works for, a couple outlets, and he got in contact with Sunny, and he has a newsletter that he posted on his website. And I'm going to read to you guys this newsletter, so I'd really appreciate it if you guys listen to this whole video, because it's really important. So he writes, in the aftermath of the M of George F. by a Minneapolis police officer, there was a long overdue reckoning on race and racialism in America. Mind you guys, it's YouTube, so I have to be careful with my words, all right? But while hundreds of thousands of people were in the streets protesting police, and millions more were engaged in conversations at home and work about racism, ABC News was telling Sunny Hostin, a Black and Puerto Rican co-host of The View and a senior correspondent and legal analyst for ABC News, that it wanted her to edit out portions of her forthcoming memoir that executives felt painted the network in a bad light. This is according to the foreword in Hostin's new memoir, I Am These Truths, a memoir of identity, justice, and living between worlds, which is set to be published by HarperCollins on September 22nd. In a copy of the book I obtained from a source, Hostin says of ABC requests, delete those passages, didn't feel right to me, they were all true, and there were some of the battle scars of my experience. Hostin doesn't detail what exactly ABC News asked her to delete. My television agent and my book agent emailed me to express confusion that a news organization would try to censor a Puerto Rican African-American woman's story while they were covering global demonstrations demanding a racial equity. Hostin says that after her attorneys intervened, ABC News relented and didn't fight her on the passages. Quote, I didn't want to believe that R played a part in their revision request. We were just dotting some I's and crossing some T's, right? Then on Friday, June 12th, I got a text from a reporter. So, mind you, in her memoir, she doesn't mention a reporter's name. And just to kind of clarify what the story is about, it's about Barbara Fedida, and we're going to get into that. So, the reporter was me. I texted Hostin to let her know that in a story I was publishing the next day, I would be referencing racist comments about Hostin, Robin Roberts, and others that were allegedly made by Barbara Fedida, a senior ABC News executive and one of the most powerful women in media. My story also detailed alleged efforts by Fedida to undermine those who made racial equality a priority. Hostin was one of those people who, according to my sources, advocated for more inclusion and diversity at ABC News. Multiple sources told me that Fedida had referred to Hostin as, quote, low rent, and my sources made it clear to me that they felt that Fedida made a comment with racist overtones. I don't have a relationship with Hostin. She politely thanked me for giving her a heads up and didn't say much else. So outside of her comments, I never knew how she felt about my reporting. In her memoir, Hostin writes about how she processed what Fedida allegedly said about her. Quote, I was floored. I felt incredibly sad, but I also felt relief. Many of the experience I've had at ABC, including several, describe these passages as standards and practices at first asked me to delete. Well, if the allegations are true, All of the dots were connected. My suspicions that I was treated worse than my white colleagues, the fears that I tried to talk myself out of many times, maybe they were true. Had my employer, my home away from home, devalued, dismissed, and underpaid me because of my race? I had just read emails from them directing me to erase evidence and such treatment from my story. And if I'm being honest, I wasn't even angry. I was deeply, profoundly shaken and saddened. 38 days after I texted Hostin and 37 days after my story was published, Fedida was fired by ABC News. In a memo sent to ABC News employees that I obtained, the Walt Disney Company, the parent company of ABC, said that its investigations substantiated that Ms. Fedida did make some of the unacceptable racially insensitive comments attributed to her. It was also substantiated that Ms. Fedida managed in a rough manner and on occasion used crass and inappropriate language. So, like I said, this story doesn't come as a surprise to me at all whatsoever. And considering Sunny Hostin is a lawyer and a journalist, I'm not sure why she's just kind of just taking this in as if this doesn't happen at all. No matter what workplace you work in, more than likely there is racial insensitivity. So, I mean, it's like, you know, I know she's a lawyer, but I feel like sometimes she comes off as ditzy. And maybe because she just doesn't want to believe it because it's ABC News, ABC reports on, you know, Black Lives Matter, and ABC Family is known to be inclusive, you know, with LGBT and with Black America and just having these shows, and with Disney. You know, you guys know what Disney, you know, has inclusivity of, you know, from Aladdin to Mulan to Princess Tiana. So, I mean, they have all of these shows that are inclusive amongst all races, and I guess this is a shock to her that her employer would do this. I'm not surprised personally. You know, I've been through this personally. I've never was surprised. And, you know, it's time for you to wake up, sister. It's time for you to just realize it is what it is. And I'm sorry you went through this and you're going through this. And shame on ABC. Shame on ABC, because the story is out. You know, the story is out more. Like, a lot of people don't really... Social media, in my opinion, is going to be more powerful than Sunny Hostin's brand, because, you know, I'm reporting it. Yashar Ali has like 400,000 followers, and there's other outlets that are reporting it. So regardless of the fact if you wanted her to take out certain experts of the book, it's still going to be out there. And you done made it worse for yourself, ABC. But anyways, let me know what you think in the comments below. Please click subscribe and click the bell button so you'll be the first to know when I upload. Also, make sure you hit that follow button on Twitter. Deuces, yeah.